get the stream going. K6USY DMO6.
You're N60 white.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. We were keeping the frequency warm.
Along, over.
Oh, very good. At least dinner was entertaining. So, yep. K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 in the other room.
Well, we'll get that taken care of in a second. Judy's behind me. She had to go back in and get a little more water. So I'm memorizing the list so far. It's really long. It's N6BYH and K6USY with an add-on of K6ZKA. Who else do we have down there?
Able 6 Sugar.
Alpha 6 Sugar. Good evening, Bill. You're sounding good, and we're going to be looking for Ben here. And 6SWR in a second.
QSL. KB6RQU, Bozo 61.
You're kidding me. Are you kidding me? N6WK. I can't even get your call out. KB6RQU. What are you doing, Rick?
Hey, good evening, Mike. I tried to come out and see if the radios were still working and stuff. I got a call from Rob, so I figured I'd come up and chew your ears there a little bit. Over.
Well, it's sure a pleasure to hear you. My goodness, it's been about 3 months. Hopefully everything's okay on your side. But great to hear you. Booming signal up here. There might be a tiny bit of distortion, but I may have the blanker on here, so I'm not sure what's causing that. But good to hear you. I'm running now with an assistant in the shack, Rick. I've got a friend, Judy, and Judy's in the shack helping me. Judy used to work for me way back in the early days of KLM, and we've been friends for many, many years. She's now joined me to help out with my blindness. Anyway.
This is Rick?
This is Rick, yeah. KB6RQU.
KB6R.
Yeah, give us your number, Rick.
Kilowatt Bravo 6, Romeo, Quebec uniform.
Your number.
Bozo 61.
There you go. Yeah, he's an early bird.
Good evening, Rick. KB6RQU, KM6SRR.
Yeah, good evening, Rob. Thank you for your call.
No problem. We were kind of worried about you, hoping you're doing okay. Good to hear you on there. Surprised the heck out of me. I came up from dinner to talk to you, over.
Hey, boy, good. I'm glad to hear it. There was a couple of CW stations working here a little earlier, and another station, I forgot his call there, but they'll probably be back.
Roger, yeah, I heard them. Boy, they really were loud in the beginning, but I can't read code either. Were you able to read their code, over?
No.
Okay. Well, it's good to hear you on there. Thanks. Check me in, Mike, 432, over.
Good evening, Rick from AA6S. Good to hear you. AA6S, very good. Nice. Thank you very much. KB6RQU. Yeah, super strong. About 20 over here, Rick. Have a good one. I'll just stand by here. AA6S, number 800. Okay, very well. 73. I'm going to be around and listen for a bit. Has there been any news stations on? Not that I've heard. Okay, yeah, I just wondered.
WA6AJ pointing north.
Oh, well, you're pointing in the wrong direction, Mike. We got Rick on here tonight down there in Lake Isabella, so point down south and say hello to Rick.
Okay, give me a minute.
Roger.
I can just barely hear him there. KB6RQU.
He's pointed north, Rick. He'll be with you in a minute. And in the meantime, is there anybody else that wants to say hello to our long-lost friend Rick, KB6RQU? Okay, you can put...
KB6RQU, this is WA6AAJ. Rick, do you copy? Over.
WA6AAJ, I sure do copy, over.
Okay, very good. Glad to have you back. Yeah, I'm pointing right at you now, so I'm barefoot, 100 watts, but you're good and strong, over.
Okay, very good. Yeah, my old stingy radio here, I'm surprised it's still working. Good. Q5 copy, no signal on you.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're a good S9 here. So anyway, good to hear you again, and I'll turn it back to Mike. KB6RQU, WA6AJ. Back to you, Mikey.
K6USY.
Gotcha, Mike.
RQU, Rick, do you copy?
I'm hearing somebody saying, Rick, do you copy? KB6RQU, I copy you somewhat. What's the call, over?
Yeah, KB6RQU, Kilo 6, Uniform, Sierra Yankee, Delta Mike 06.
Okay, somebody in 06 there. I haven't got my ears tuned in for your call.
No worries there, Rick. You got a booming signal here in Fresno, but I'm only on a whole loop. K6USY.
Is that KU6SY?
No, it's K6 Uniform Sugar Yankee. K6USY, Rick.
Okay, K6USY. Mike filled me in for my failing ears here. I do hear you there on your loop, over.
Roger, roger.
Thank you for calling.
Okay, it's good to have you back. Do you think we'll hear you tomorrow night on 432, Rick?
That's possible.
Okay, that's good news. That's good news. All right. Let's see, I think I've got everybody that's checked in so far. How about Frank? Are you here, W6BBS? Okay, Frank's not here yet. Anybody else in Course Gold, K6MYC? Okay, nothing from Course Gold. How about KC5DTU? Kerry's been missing a long time.
KJ6TYO's out here, 1009.
We got you, Ron. KJ6. KJ6TYO. You can write him in here. And his 1009.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Judy. Hell, thanks too, Mike, for running the net.
Yeah, okay. And his name is Ron. We got lots of Rons, lots of Mikes. It's confusing at times here. Let's see. Good to hear you, Ron. And we had a nice chat with you the other evening. It was good to catch up a little bit on your activities. KJ6TYO 1009. And we also should be looking for Ben. N6SWR, N6SWR, Bakersfield. How about it, Ben? Ben may be in there, but maybe he forgot to turn his antenna around. The last time he was on here was Sunday night, and he was talking to Pat, and he turned the antenna the other way. N6SWR, K6MYC. Now, Bill, you may have to call him. You're louder down there than I am. I hear the break, but I didn't get the call. I didn't get the Bozo number or the call on CW. The CW station, try it again. Everybody else stand by. We'll copy CW, CW, CW. Go ahead, go ahead. He's calling blindly. He's not hearing me, obviously.
The 5-9 break, and that's about it. 2RZ, Able 6 Sugar. 6 Sierra.
That's Richard, KB6, KD6BQ, KD6BQ, Richard, and he's 249.
And W6BBS72.
Good evening, Frank.
Good evening.
Go ahead, and you want to call him, Bill, if you're hearing him well enough?
Yeah, KD6BQ, KD6BQ, Able 6 Sugar, AA6 Sierra, Alpha 6 Sierra. Go ahead, over. Well, apparently he's not hearing me, Mikey. Go ahead.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, but he's running smoke up there. We may have to turn around. I've got him logged in, so KD6BQ, we have you, Richard. We have you. Roger, Richard. So if you have to leave, we'll understand. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Roger. Okay, he's not responding. Okay, where's Ben? How about it, Bill? Give Ben a call, would you, N6SWR?
Okay, but he give you a bunch of R's. He give a bunch of Rogers there, Mike.
Yeah, that means he's got it. He's logged in here.
Okay, where's he located?
Richard's in Wassaw Valley, Nevada.
Okay, I'm pointed due north. That's why I was copying him then. Okay, I'll turn it around and see if Ben's on.
Well, maybe somebody else could call. Mike, why don't you call Ben, N6SWR? Rob can call him. Sometimes they do better. You guys do better than I do.
Okay.
If you're pointed south, Rob, give him a call. Rob's probably eating dinner, huh? Yeah, Rob's running up and down the stairs there. We're wearing off all his dinner.
All the bone pile of my KWM2As is missing on every one of them. They've been robbed.
I'm swinging around. Stand by.
I missed your comment about 2As and being robbed. You want to repeat that, Bill?
Oh, I need a little clip that holds a chain down with the noise blanker plug or something in there, whatever it is, on a KWM2A, and it's a little thing bolts onto the chassis that holds the chain. Well, I checked all 5 of my KWMs and everything, and every one of them has been robbed. And Mike said he had one on his junk pile, so hopefully he's gonna. He'll probably bring it to me Saturday. There, we're gonna go to that swap thing or whatever it is, and I got a couple of things I got to pick up from him. You got it cranked around, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to unkey your mic.
10-4. I could put the Vox on.
W6QUI, W6QUI, W6QUI. This is WA6AJ with the Bozo Net. Over. W6QUI, 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 WA6AJ, over.
And we really wanted you to call N6SWR. Bill, are you around now? You give SWR a call, please.
Okay, I'll crank it around. I was going to call Ron, too, and then I'll bring it around. W6QUI, you around, Ron? AA6S before I turn my antenna.
I'm here. I think Mike wanted to call somebody else, over.
Well, I'm pointed at you, and you're about 20 over 9, so I figure I better say hi to you. How's everything going there on the hill? W6QUI. Good evening there, Ron. AA6S, over.
Oh, things are going fine. Busy every day. Just a lot of things to catch up on after the car show. The project we didn't get to. By the way, I probably missed you last
That was about 5 minutes late getting down here. If you call me on 1200, I heard you talking to somebody, but you were extremely weak. I tried to break in, but obviously you had your antenna in some other direction, but I guess I missed you by about 5 minutes.
QSL, get you checked in for last night, and I'm not hearing you. I don't know where I was pointed. I know earlier I worked Ralph there in LA, and I called Tom, but I don't think he heard me. Anyway, I'll get it back to Mikey here and see if he's copying it. K6MYC, and then I'll let AAJ make a contact with you there too, as I know he was hearing you also. Anyway, you copied him, Mikey?
Yeah, no, we've got Ron. Good evening, Ron. You were a little bit off frequency, a little bit low in frequency, maybe 100 cycles. So you might want to net the frequency here before you come back. And then you can call WA6 Alpha Juliet, who's standing by to work you, Ron. Over.
Okay, good evening, Mike. WA6QUI here. Yeah, I've been reading the mail. You guys don't have to turn your antennas over here for me to hear you. I pretty much hear everybody that checks in before you turn it this way, over.
Well, you're way low on frequency, so get up on the frequency before you do anything else. You're so low it's almost unreadable. Over.
Okay, sorry, I had the RAT on. I was working Eric the other day and had a little problem when I worked him. Over.
Yeah, that's better. Okay, Mike, go ahead. Give Ron a call.
W6QUI, W6QUI. Ron, this is WA6AAJ, over.
Okay, yeah, loud and clear over here. Good evening, Mike. W6QUI, good signal over here tonight. As I was telling Mike, I hear everybody before you even turn your antennas this way, so you guys all put out good signals even off the side or back of your antennas, it seems. Over.
Roger. Actually, yeah, once you didn't come back to me the first time, I went and turned back towards Bakersfield, so I'm pointed towards Bakersfield. But either way, I got you your Q5 right now. So good talking to you, Ron. W6QUI, WA6AAJ.
Okay, Mike, very good. Yeah, you're good S9 here at the moment, so good signal. Over.
Good evening, Ron. W6QUI, KM6SRR.
And WA6OID.
Over here. Okay, good evening, Ben. Good signal over here, W6QUI.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I thought he was talking to Ben. This is Rob, Kilo Mike 6, here, Romy. How you doing, Ron? Sounding good.
Okay, yeah, I get confused with everybody, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Good signal, and I don't know if you even pointed over here, but you're loud and clear.
Roger. Okay, I'll turn it over to Ken there, over.
Yeah, good evening, Ron. WA6OIB is here.
Oh boy, everybody's coming out. Very good evening, Ken. WA6OIB, W6QUI.
Good evening to you there. Yeah, you're good. 10 over. No problem. Copying you, as usual. All right. Thank you much. And Mike, 226 is checking in.
We got you checked in, and are you recovering from all the travel?
Well, not really. I had to spend the whole day up on top of the shop there. Larry decided he wanted to change out all of his cooler pads, and there are 4 great big coolers, and there's 64 pads, so it was hot up there today.
Yeah, wouldn't doubt it's hot here. I think we pushed 90.
Yeah, I don't know what the temperature was, but it's very uncomfortable, and I am just beat. In fact, I came home, and I went right and took a nap, and Gwen woke me up a little bit ago. We had a bite to eat, and here I am.
Well, thanks for waking up. Yeah, I was out weed eating today along the road, so I think you and I had equally rough days, over.
I'm sure we did. Yeah, that's for sure. lots more work to do. I got most of the equipment moved over there, so I've got a couple more loads, and so we're getting ready. Ron, we're getting ready for a big swap meet over here that the two radio clubs are getting together and putting on a big swap. So we're getting ready for that. Anyway, WA60IB.
Hey, Ron, is Eric in there tonight?
Oh, I was just going to say, I guess I'll check him in, because I haven't talked to him today, and he must be doing something else. Oh, let's see. No, it was Thursday he said he wouldn't be here. That's right, for 70 centimeters. Yeah, anyway, someday he'll get his antennas back up. It's a real hassle for him to load everything on his truck and get up here, put that beam up, and the wind's blowing pretty good right now, which makes it really rough trying to manhandle that beam up here in the wind. So anyway, check him in, and I will look for you Sunday. So yes, I will not be here tomorrow.
Okay. Fine and dandy on tomorrow, so we'll miss you, but anyway. We missed you on 1296 also, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, I got out here about, I have a 7 o'clock ATF schedule every night, and sometimes we talk too long. And I usually do that from the house, and I ran out here real quick, and it was about 24 minutes to 8, and apparently Mike Phil had already called me, and sorry I missed everybody. I listened for quite a while in hopes that you would swing over this way again. I heard Bill talking to somebody about 5 minutes to 8. I tried to break him, but by 10 watts it didn't get over the hill very well. So sorry about that. I'm going to try and be more faithful and get here early.
Yeah, we did call you quite a few times, but we must have just timed it wrong. I can write you in when I get the log. The log is still on my desk in the house, so I'll put you in on Tuesday night, Ron. Thanks much. 73s for now. We'll see you Sunday night. And thanks for helping out with Eric as well. I'm going up to Santa Cruz and Monterey now.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox.
7-3.
Okay, we hear you, Daryl. That's KG6 CEF, Charlie Echo Fox. And it's 982. And it's Darryl, D-A-R-R-Y-L. Good evening, Daryl. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. I was a little bit late getting in tonight. I was out in the yard, and we're moving along here. I'm pleased with the progress.
Good evening, Daryl. KG6CEF, KM6SR.
Good evening, Rob. Good to hear you guys. I was copying that whole transaction. I don't know where that guy was you were talking to, but I could hear him.
Oh, when we were talking to Ron over in Tascadero or Rick down in Bakersfield?
I think it was Bakersfield I was hearing.
Okay, yeah, he just came on, been gone for a while. That's KB6RQU. You want to see if you can hear him?
Oh no, that's okay. It's real light, but it was nice to be able to hear it.
Well, he's running some Perry power, about 600 or 800 watts, and a big 18XXX, over.
Right, 2-meter Bozo Net, KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by.
I doubled with you. Did you hear that, Daryl?
Yeah, copy, Mike.
Okay. All righty.
6SWR, you on tonight for 2-meter Bozo Net?
Hi, Daryl. K6USY going over to 10 meters.
Yep, meet you there.
Yeah, I don't hear Ben, Mike, so he's probably not in there. Back to net, KM6SR. I'll be monitoring 10 meters also.
Okay. We called him several times here, and of course Rick was there. We sure as hell had the antennas in that direction for a long enough time for him to hear us and everybody else that talked to Ron. So I'm sure that he's just missing tonight for some reason. All righty. I'm going to go to Monterey now. Monterey. And Frank, boy, oh boy, have I ever got solar noise tonight. Man, it's crushing me here. Monterey, WA6 London, India Echo. WA6LIE, K6MYC. Are you around there, Scott?
Hey, hello, Mike. Very good evening to you. How copy? You sound pretty good over here. K6MYC, WA6LIE, over.
Roger, roger. WA6LIE. Very good, Scott. Good to hear you. Good signal. And we got your 618. His number is 618. His name is Scott. Okay. And Judy's making the log work here this evening. I don't know. I had 6 meters on all day, but I just wasn't in the shack at all to listen. So I haven't heard any voices coming out on 125 for many days. It's a pointless operation, I think.
Yeah, I know what you mean there, Mike. And there was a lot of activity today. We saw kind of local single hop sporadic key. That's all I can say today. Single hop sporadic key, and I wasn't at home to work any of it. So nothing much to write home about, Michael. Over.
Yeah, I'm having tough copy. Boy, you took a bait and you just came up at the end there. Just give me a quick report. Did you hear anything on 6? Over.
ST8, local single hop sporadic.
Yeah, you took another dive. I heard something about an 8. Just Fox Tango 8, I guess, is what you were referring to. Is that right?
Relay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what he was saying, Mike, is that just on Fox ST8 today, some local one-hop stuff, sporadic, and that was about it.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Scott. I wish I could copy you better. You took 2 very deep fades on me. I don't know what happened here. By the time I get up to where I can hear him, Frank, the solar noise is so bad he gets swamped out.
Yeah, he just said it's the band, it's the band. Also, your noise, as you say, but that was about it. Nothing significant, and I guess you guys are done. W6BBS.
Okay, very good. 7-3, Scott. We'll see you Sunday. We'll see you Sunday night. Hopefully something will happen. I suspect it's a little too early for multi-hop into Europe on 6 at this time of year. If we have to get into June, the last half of June might be pretty good. 7-3, Scott. We'll talk to you Sunday night. WA6LIE, K6MYC, looking for KW6 Sugar, KW6S. Over.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I checked 6 meters a couple times today, and boy, not much going on the West Coast here. The East Coast seems to be pretty busy according to spotting sites. And it looked like there was a lot of Europe to Japan going on, but nothing of interest to me. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, thanks for that report. Well, it's interesting that I remember this in the past, Tom. We would get these, a whole bunch of guys on the West Coast, and everybody's trembling, waiting for the F2, waiting for the multi-hop into Europe and all that. And invariably it would happen in Europe to East Coast or Europe to some other part, Japan in this case. And we don't get nothing exciting, nothing of any distance. and then later, maybe another year or two, we'll get it, and it'll be more in our favor. I think it has something to do with the sunspot cycle and the tilt of the sun and angle of the dangle and the rest of it. Over.
Yeah, I think so. That's one of those things that I wish I knew more about, but at this point, I just have to kind of take it as it comes, so there's no real need for me to be able to predict it too much.
Yeah, understand. Did you get a hold of Lee? Let's try for Lee here.
I'm here.
Okay, go for it, Lee.
K6MYC, KW6S, KB6LEE here. After a little bit of an absence there, I was feeling a little under the weather. Still not quite recovered, but just wanted to check in on the net tonight. Bozo 1098, 109er8, and just wanted to say hi to everybody.
Well, very good. KB6LEE 1098. Very good, Lee. And what did you have? Some kind of a little flu?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I probably had some impacted sinuses. If you want to get gory details about it all, I seem to have a fair amount of hay fever this year, and my sinuses get really packed up, and I'm still trying to get it all cleared out, so it has not been fun.
Yeah, I hear you. Have you ever tried Navage?
No, actually, one of the things that has worked pretty well for me has been using a neti pot and flushing out my sinuses. But, you know, I live in a very country environment, and, you know, as soon as I take 5 minutes of breathing outside, it all comes back, and I have to flush again or live with it, or I don't know. But it drives me crazy when it happens.
Yeah, what's your symptoms? Just completely stuffed up, or draining down the backside, or just runny nose and sneezing, or what?
Well, not so much the runny nose and sneezing kind of thing. It's mostly a very thick nasal drip coming back down the backside mostly, but also coming down the front side, and sometimes it doesn't know which way it wants to go.
Yeah, well, that's lots of fun, I know. I used to have that from time to time. My sinuses have gotten better and better as I got older. I haven't had any sinus attacks for years and years now, but boy, I was really screwed up in high school. I got infected sinuses over the top of my, those two, right over your eyes. And I had to have the sinus cavity punctured and flushed out, and that's how they did it in those days. They drove a tube up and through your nose and broke through the bone into your sinus cavity and flushed you with saline. That was the hard way. But it did work. Over.
Well, I think that's what I'm trying to do with the neti pot. You know, it goes in one side and out the other, so to speak, if you really want to know the gory details about it all. And, yeah, it usually gets in there and gets everything out. But like I said, it flares right back up as soon as I get exposed again. And I just have to wait for everything to kind of brown off and get all dried out, and then hopefully it'll just go away.
Well, have you tried something like Benadryl or something like that?
Well, I've used Flonase a couple of times, and it will work, but I hate to use something continuously. And at this point in time, it's kind of like, you know, keep flushing and live with it. And I just, you know, I don't want to keep pumping some kind of drugs through it over and over again, because that usually has some pretty negative long-term effects. And I got all the long-term effects I can handle right now.
Yeah, and Judy says amen. Okay, very good. Well, I'm glad you're at least got it under control, Lee. Good to hear you. I doubt very much you've had time or energy or inclination to do anything at 432. Let me give a break to Frank. Frank, do you have the beacons back on again now with the air conditioning unit running?
Negative, Mike. I've got to buy one and cut a hole in the wall and install it and all that. It's going to be a while.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you had that done. I was misinterpreted. Okay. So the beacons are temporarily off the air, Lee. So you're not missing much. Hi. 7-3, Lee, and back to Tom for the final wrap-up there. KW6S, go ahead.
Yeah, very good. I'm just kind of still doing some antenna work and other odds and ends here, and enjoying ham radio a lot. Anyway, and I'd like to catch Lee up 10 when we're done here. But K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, very good, Tom. Lee up 10 with Tom, okay?
Roger, Roger. KW6S, K6MYC, KB6LEE. See you later.
7-3, we'll see you Sunday night. I hope you'll be better.
Actually, I may try and be on 432 tomorrow night because as I went on last Thursday, I got on the net late, and I did hear you, and I haven't been able to hear you so far. I had the antenna mast pushed up all the way, and I could hear you reasonably well. It wasn't a terribly strong signal, but if the wind is not too bad, if it's 10 to 15 here, I think I'm going to try and push that up tomorrow afternoon and cross my fingers and see what I can do tomorrow night.
Yeah, sounds good. Tom, can you coordinate that with Lee a little bit so you guys when I'm there, and maybe you can help him get through to me and get my attention over?
Yeah, I think I'll be on tomorrow night. I'm going to be maybe up on the hill doing antenna work, and it might get a little late, but I think I'll be able to get in for the net.
Okay. There's the details, Lee. Let you guys go. See you tomorrow, possibly. KW6S, KB8 to KB6LEE, K6MYC cleared, going into the Bay Area.
WB6JNC.
Okay, good evening, Dane. Here's one for you, Judy. WB6JNP. That's 107. And that's Dane, D-A-N-E. Good evening, Dane.
Evening, Mike. I just thought I'd zip out here and see what was going on, and everything's fine up in Coursegold. Not much is happening.
Yeah, probably was pretty warm up today. We had almost 90 here over.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the logs on it, but yeah, we actually ended up down in Fresno most of the day, so we missed it.
Okay, very good. I've got my buzzing noise here. I missed a little bit of that, Lee. Dane, I'm sorry. 107. Okay, anyway, good to hear you. And not much new in Coursegold, as you say. It was warm here and dusty. I weeded it along the road, so it was not a fun day. And I did a lot of tree pruning, not a lot, but quite a bit, and then raking hillsides that are so dense with grass I can't even mow it. I have to rake it out, and I get huge piles of just grass, no mowing. This is before I mow, before I cut. And I rake it out, and I get a huge mound of grass, and then I get to a point where I'm down to grass that's still stuck to the ground, and I can mow it over.
Okay, well, I've got stuff like that to do. Unfortunately, I have to prioritize the work that can be done, so I think tomorrow I'm going to probably play yard work.
So yard work? What kind of work tomorrow?
Yard work.
Well, that is yard work. raking and mowing is yard work, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I just try to avoid it.
Oh, you're trying to avoid it. Okay. Well, it looks so good when it's done, though. All right, let you go. Thanks for checking in, Dane. Good evening to you. And maybe we'll catch you tomorrow night on 432. WB6JNP, K6MYC, now into the Bay Area looking for check-ins. Over.
Hello,
WB6JN.
Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November, India.
Okay. Good evening, Gary. WB6WNI. Forgot your number, Gary. It's 1,000 something.
Yes, 1,090.
1,090 for Gary. Okay. And I heard Jim in there. Jim, something happened. You got one word of your transmission out and then you stopped. So maybe you were overdriving the transceiver or the transverter or something there. I don't think you're running a transverter on this band. Something happened. Anyway, good evening to you, Gary. How's everything going there? And now we're going to see you on 432 tomorrow.
Oh, that's... Mike, well, first let me tell everybody you're not paying me to say this, but that is one of the most beautiful antennas I have ever seen. And the milling and all that almost reminds me of microwave circuitry. It's just like, it's beautiful antenna. I am still reading the 4-page instruction sheet, so maybe in a couple weeks I still have to buy coax for it, but I'm looking at it. I really want to get together, but it's a lot, and I'm very impressed with the design. It looks wonderful. However, yes, I'm still teaching, so I haven't had time to assemble it, but it will be on. I can guarantee you that.
Okay, very good. I didn't know you were still teaching. Thought you were retired or something, Gary. No problem. And thank you for the kudos on the antenna. That's a nice, clean little design, real clean, and it works very well for you. You'll be very happy with that. WB6WNI, now let's try for Jim, WB6JNN. Go ahead, Jim.
Anyway, I'll turn it back to you, and JNN was out there, so we'll see if he's back. But I did hear him call and then also just vanish, so I'll let you get back to him, Mike. K6MYC, WB679.
Okay. 7-3 for now, Gary. And I did hear Jim. Jim, take it away. WB6JNN. Go ahead.
Yeah, K6MYC, WB6JNN. No, I don't know why that would be happening, but I did only have 25 watts of power because I had been using the 1296 transverter last night. Now I'm back up to 50 watts, which should be helpful. Although I'm not seeing myself on the receiver over there where you are, so I don't know what that's about. WB6JNN.
Okay, very funny. Flutter fading on you. Let me ask Frank if you got any copy on Jim that time.
Cannot hear him.
You could not hear him. Okay. It's a funny QSB, Jim. Every other word is missing or nearly missing. Way down AGC-wise, so it's hard to get anything out of it. I'm sorry. Let me just ask you a couple of simple questions. Did you fly anything today? Over.
Yes, I did fly today and had a nice flight, and and I was doing some computer work on the astronomy stuff I'm doing too, so got some of that figured out, and also updated my operating system on the Mac. So that was my day pretty much, and also running off to Kaiser to get some medicine, stuff like that. WB6JNN.
Okay. The only thing I missed or didn't understand basically is what kind of computer work you're struggling with there. Go ahead.
Oh, you must have peaked the antenna. Now you're 10 over instead of just S9. I was updating the operating system
to the latest and last one for this particular model. And so I'm at the penultimate of, oh, I see I'm up louder now. Yeah, it is going up and down though. Oh, interesting. That's bad pass. WB6JNN.
Okay, so you're trying to program something for an airplane, a new airplane you have, over?
No, I was trying to update the operating system of the Apple computer.
Oh, update the Apple application or the Apple computer, is that what you have?
Yes, I was getting to the latest version of the Apple computer, the Mac computer.
Don't you just hate it when they change versions? It always causes no end of grief, because then they change format, they move things, and you got to almost relearn the whole damn thing again. Very frustrating. Well, good luck with that. I won't belabor that subject. Good evening to you, Jim, and we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. Hopefully the copy will be better. You're you're pretty loud, but you're just hopping up and down with the 3 or 4S unit up and down fade. It's really hard to listen to. It's not you at all. Usually you're just armchair copy, but boy, when it's not steady, it's really difficult. All right, let's see who else we have. We got Gary. We got Jim, WB6JNN. Who else do we have in the Bay Area? Over.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, good evening, Ed. WA6 Alpha X-Ray X-Ray. 773. Ed. Okay, and quiet day. Probably quite warm, although you might not get as warm up on top of the hill as the valley does. I heard Ken yesterday up there in Oakley. He said it was 93 yesterday. I hate to think what it was today, but did you get anywhere near 90 up there for you, Ed?
No, the high today was 71. 71. Go ahead.
Well, that's freezing.
Well, it's colder than 73.
Yeah, okay. Holy cow, 71. We were about 90. And I weed eated today, but I wasn't having fun doing it. I enjoyed seeing the weeds go away, but boy, it's hard to weed eat and fight weeds. They kept getting tangled up. At this time of the year, the weeds are so strong you can't break them. It's the oat stems are about 3/16 in the diameter, and they're about as strong as 3/16 philostran. Over.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't use a weed whacker. So how do you? Well, you want to pull them up by the roots anyway, right?
Well, no, I'm weed whacking them, but the problem is they're about 4 feet long, and if I don't weed whack them into little pieces before I can't go to the bottom and start weed eating at the bottom. I have to start up at 3 feet. I keep a swipe across them. I cut them down to 3 feet, and then I take another swipe and cut them down to 2 feet. And I try to cut them down to 1 foot, and hopefully I haven't missed any. But if you miss one, and you happen to then hit the base and one of them hasn't been cut, it wraps up on the spindle. Over.
Okay. Well, why don't you want to get them out by if I change to frequency, I'm sorry. I'm using the handheld mic, and I've got a button on it. Yeah, so how come you don't pull them up by the root?
Well, because I have 100 yards of them, and they're 10 feet wide and 100 yards wide. Over. Long.
Okay. Nowhere to put them, so I get it. K6MIC, WA6AXX.
I don't know where to put them. How about hands? Hand strength is about all you can do is to get the oats out of the ground. These things are like nailed to the ground. Over.
Yeah, and you haven't gotten much rain this season, so the soil is pretty hard, huh?
Well, Mike is doing that, Ed. You've got if you're on a 9700, you've got a menu selection to lock out the buttons if you want to do that.
Oh, yeah, I think I recall that. Yeah, I will do that. Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
Good evening, Jim. Might as well pick it up there since we're talking about nothing related to radio. W6PQL. Good evening. Did you play golf today?
Oh boy, that's a sore subject with me. Yeah, but boy, I played badly. I mean, it's a course that I'm used to, but just nothing worked right today. I was all off. But, you know, I'm going out there tomorrow again, and I'll make up for it, hopefully. Oh, nothing going on here other than that. It got to 80, according to the little weather station that I've got here. It was probably not quite that warm, but on that side of the house, which is in the shade, it does tend to heat up a little bit more. So we're right behind you. And out there in the golf course, it was about 74, 75 degrees, a little bit cooler, but not by much. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, fine, Jim. Sorry about the ragged golf game. And that goes without saying. You're going to have one good one and then 5 bad ones or 5 that are questionable. Are you hearing the same thing on me, the pumping QSB? It makes it really difficult to copy your pumping over.
No, I'm not hearing it on the live stream. When you were talking to Jim and you complained about it, I didn't hear that on Jim at all. So maybe acoustics there where you are, rather than something coming over the radio. He sounded okay coming to the live stream, Mike.
Yeah, well, maybe it's my ears. Hopefully over the next few days we'll correct this and we'll get a speaker for Judy. I have a speaker here and I'm listening out the speaker, but when I have the speaker plugged in I can't listen to YouTube. These effects are much less dynamic or dramatic if I listen on YouTube. I mean on my Bluetooth. Anyway, good evening. And
Call.
Huh? Call?
Call.
Jim.
Good evening, Mike. Kilo 6, Victor Bravo Golf, 971.
I hear you, Dave. And a little late, but better late than never. You want to write this one down? K6 V B G 971 Dave.
Hey, Mike, I got one follow-up question when you're done with Dave.
Yeah, go ahead, Jim. Follow up. Hang on a second, Dave.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if maybe what you're hearing, that noise, this time of night you shouldn't really be hearing anything coming off the solar systems unless it's the inverter that goes from the battery to the house, something like that. What you probably are hearing are grow lights. Is that possible?
No. This solar system. It's not just from the solar system, it's from his inverters. He's totally off-grid, so he's running the house.
I see. So you hear it day or night, huh?
Yeah, he's on all the time. He's there all the time, 24/7.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, it's nasty, and we've got to get to it. It's an older system. PG&E, of course, threw their hands up because he's off-grid. They can't do anything about it. And Frank and I were over there one day, but we haven't been able to get back since for any number of reasons. But it's really bad in the summertime. It's bursting today. If I turn if you listen to have you got the stream on right now?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to turn the blanker off here. Listen to this.
Yeah, what's probably happening is pumping your ATC, and maybe that's making the effect even worse.
I can't hardly read you through that. It's very strong. It doesn't sound like it, but it's very strong, and it's very intense. It's a different sound. It's not the same. Normally, last night I had just garbage noise on 6. It was horrible the night before. It seems like it's always different, but always comes from the same direction. It's just different things that are going on in his system, I think. Over.
Hey, Jim?
Yeah, it might be related to load. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, at night he's probably running off battery, and that has a set of inverters as well, so it could be that.
That could be. Yeah, I'm running off of batteries myself from 3 o'clock to midnight, but mine don't generate any noise at all.
Yeah, I don't generate any noise here either, but he does. Over.
Roger.
Yeah, we were over there when we drove up in his front yard on the top of his hill there. The radio's just lit up in the car. Over.
Offer him money.
Maybe it's the grow light.
What did you say? You'll bring your what?
I said maybe it's the grow light.
Oh, I don't think he's growing anything except cows. He's got like 300 acres of cows.
Oh, could be an electric fence.
Yeah, it could be, but this is an odd sound. This tonight is different than normal. Normally it's just a continual buzz. Tonight it's bursting on and off, obviously. Okay. Anyway, that's what I'm troubled with tonight, and it distorts the audio, which I can deal with a lot better when I have the Bluetooth, but when it comes through the speaker, it gets pretty ratty sounding. All right, guys, let's see. It's very light in the Bay Area tonight. Let me go back to Dave for just a second, and then we'll see if there's anybody else in the Bay Area. Dave, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but Jim had another thought there. Over.
Hi, Roger, Roger. And good evening, Jim, PQL. K6 BBG. Yeah, no, I spent the day at the heart hospital getting probed and prodded and tested, and wow, what a day.
Okay, Judy and I looked at each other and we had no idea what you said, Dave. What happened today?
Oh, no, I was over at the heart hospital all day. And, I got probed and prodded and tested and all those good things. Yeah, so we'll know what something's going on. Maybe they'll tell me in a week or two. Anyway, nothing else is happening. Just sucking in oxygen.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe when this stuff keeps changing, sooner or later they'll get a clue as to what to do about it.
I hope I'm still around when it happens.
I hear you. We hope so too, Dave. All right, let me go back to the Bay Area and see if there's anybody else before we move on. We're running pretty late here. Viewers in the Bay Area, last call, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee, Charlie, Bozo Net, over.
November 5, November Papa Delta.
Okay, Brett, good evening. N5 MPD, November Papa Delta, November Bravo Delta. No, which is it? November 5. Say it again, Brett.
November 5, November Papa Delta, or Nancy Paul David. 1129 is the number, and good evening, Mike and Judy.
Yeah, good evening, Brett. You're sounding very good. Good audio, no problem copying you. Your audio is more balanced. The other stations have gotten to almost no bass, and under the conditions that I'm in here, the bass helps, believe it or not. So your audio is much better balanced. The 991 sounds great here, over.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, it's about 90 degrees here in Newman today, and the wind was not very strong today, so I decided to change the oil in the truck because it was yelling at me, so I did that. So I'm good for another year. Over.
What did you do that made you good for another year?
Changed the oil in the truck. It was yelling at me that it was time for an oil change. So since it wasn't very windy, the truck's too big to get in the garage. It's a Ford Super Duty, and I can't fit in the garage, so I have to change the oil in the driveway. So it wasn't very windy, and it makes it easier.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, well, it was not windy here either, but the wind was blowing in several different directions. Do you need something on him? That's Brett. Brett's number is 1129. Okay, yeah, wind was blowing all over the place. When I was weed eating, it would blow east, west, north, south. No matter which way I'd stand to weed eat, it would come at me. Sooner or later, it would coming at me. I'd turn around, go the other way, then it would blow that way for a minute, and then it would come at me again. So I had my share of dirt and dust. When I got done, I quickly, or as quickly as I could, I got in and took a shower. And at one point in time, I thought I had plants growing out of my tongue. I had so much dirt in my mouth. Over.
Sounds like you need a brush hog or something just to chew all that stuff up so you don't have to wear it.
Well, I have a weed eater, but it's not level, Brett. This is on a 60-degree slope, over.
Exactly, yeah, the brush hog thing, it goes behind a little tractor. If you have a yard tractor or the PTO or something like that, you can just drive down there and chew it up.
No, you don't understand. This is on the roadway. I've got about a 10-foot wide section. 4 feet of it is on level with the road, and then the next 6 feet drop at a 60-degree angle down to my barbed wire fence. That's it. There's no more room, buddy. It's got to be done by hand, over.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's not fun. They also make that thing that has 2 wheels, and it's like a big giant weeder in the front. We had one of those years ago that we cleared some land with there, and it works better than a hand-moving weed eater.
Yeah, but this is all distorted. Drainage ditches and all kinds of stuff along there. Anything with wheels wouldn't work at all. I mowed the first 3 feet of it, and I have to do the rest with the weed eater, and I just have to swing it and lean over, reach out as far as I can, and way down the hillside as far as I can, sweep it back and forth. And the weeds are about 4 feet high. They're tough oats, and they get wrapped around the spindle if I don't do it very carefully. So it's very tricky. Anyway, just not fun. Anyway, that's what we did today for a while. 7-3, Brett, and we'll catch you on 432 with the new antenna tomorrow.
7-3's Mike and Judy, yep. I'll be on there tomorrow with the new antenna and not Sunday because I'll be up at Lake McSwain and won't have access. But I'll be back on Monday for 6 meters.
Sounds good. We'll look for you on Sunday, and we'll look for you tomorrow night, and then Monday, of course, on 6. Thank you. 7-3, Brett. 7-11. Okay, here's one for you. K6, Mexico, Italy. 7-11. That's John.
Hello, Trudy and Mike, and I'm back in town. Just got back in town. Gone for a week, and so trying to get back on the air.
Yes, it is, John. Time to turn some power on me, too, because you're very weak, but we copied it. Welcome back. And thanks for checking in, John. K6MI, K6MYC. Bay Area, last call.
KM6SRR.
Hey.
Hang on a second, Rob. Was there somebody else in the Bay Area? Okay, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I had a question for John, K6MI. How was the equipment and everything? This is the first time you've been down there since the winter, right?
Oh, I was in L.A., but that was a different violin deal. Next weekend I'm going up.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Mike, back to net, KM6SR.
Thanks.
Try one more time for the Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters, over. Okay, nothing heard. I'm going to go up to Oakley. Okay. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar. Ken, are you there tonight? K6MYC. Probably having dinner. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC. I hear somebody way down in there talking. Can anybody relay for me?
WFC Mobile.
Somebody too quickly. Mobile, go ahead. Who's the Mobile?
WFC is Mobile.
I can't hear him. You're going to have to pick him up. If you're hearing him, Jim, pick him up and get the full call sign and if he has a Bozo number and where he is, over.
Yeah, WFC, this is WB6J Energy. You copy? It's KB6WFC and he's Mobile, Mike.
Okay, but you gotta you should know better, Jim. You rattled off 3 call letters and I got W. Use phonetics, please, and then we'll be okay. Does he have a Bozo number? Oh, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. I got it now. Okay. You ready for this one? KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. KB6 WFC 775 Mike. Good evening, Mike. I guess you're mobile. You're not at home. That's probably why we've been missing you. KB6 WFC. Jim can probably copy you, so I'll let him relay if I don't get everything. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, K6MYC. Good to hear you, over.
He's not hearing me too well either. I'd have to turn the beam around for him to pick me up probably, Mike, so he's not hearing you, obviously. He does not synchronize with you. So anyway, he's there and he called, and you got his call. WB6JNN.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. No, I got him. He's checked in. We're good to go. He must be mobiling somewhere, but no ears again. I can't believe people can't hear 1,500 watts, but mobile noise is sometimes terrible. Thanks, Jim.
N1 PPP, Clear Lake.
Okay, N1, Papa, Clear Lake, 336. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, and I've got Kent, too.
Okay, I'll put in Kent as soon as Judy gets you logged in here. Judy's helping me out here. You ready for the next one?
W what?
No, N1 PPP.
Some of Whiskey West to a fade. N1 PPP. 7-3, thanks.
KB6 WFC, WB6JNN.
KA6 OSX. KA6 OSX. And he's, geez. I'll think of the number in a second when I say the name. When I say the call real slow, I can't remember the 160. And his name is Kent, K-E-N-T. Got it, Dave. Thanks. You were up on a peak. I don't know if you can hear me now. Over. All right, 7-3, Dave. We got you. Thank you.
7-3, Mike. You're back up. N1 PPP.
Yeah, now you're back up again. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Good to hear you for a change here. Hi. N1 PPP, Clear Lake, K6MYC. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you.
While I'm still here, I'm not even pointed at you, Dave, but we'll take it. N6RO. Ken, are you here? Okay, nothing from Ken. He'll probably check in from some other direction. Let me go to Sacramento.
I'm here. I just you have to give me time to get to the mic.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, what? I'm here.
I'm talking to N6RO. I was calling for N6RO, not WA6OIB, over.
Well, you said Ken, so I answered.
Yes, you did, and that's a legitimate answer. I'm not hearing Ken, however. Ken N6RO. We'll go on to Sacramento. Maybe he'll come in a few minutes. I see you're back from 10 meters.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to Sacto.
Hello, 756.
Okay.
Boy, what are you doing? Sitting in the chair next to me or what? You trying to scare me?
No, just answering you. WA60IB. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, Ken. Oh, and Mike's in there too. Yes, indeed. And N6RZJ 939 needs to check in as well. He has some antenna problems today that he'll hopefully fix over the next few days, and we'll catch him the next time around. But he wanted me to pass along the check-in for him. As for me, I'm doing fine. And I'll let you guys roll along. KJ6, KFB 756.
Okay. Okay, good to copy on you, Darren. We got great signals, and thanks for the relay from Dan there, N6RZJ. We got him. That's 939, right?
USL 939.
Okay, good. A nice strong signal tonight, by golly. Hopefully we hear Bill as well as you. Thank you, and I should hear Bill in this direction. I'm not even pointed at you, Darren.
Well, if you're not pointed at me, oh boy, you should have a wondrous time hitting Bill.
Squish.
Okay. I don't want to point at you. I don't want to burn you up there. Bill, I hear you. Go ahead, make transmission. Bill, sorry I missed you on 40 today.
Yeah, we looked for you. I had a nice conversation with Phil. We chatted for the better part of 45 minutes till he had to get going because there was a guy coming over to do some work for him. And so anyway, yeah, that was fine. We had a nice time, and nobody else came by. So at 9 o'clock, I said, well, yeah, you got something to do. I got something to do. We'll catch you later. So the guy was coming over to do the antenna work. So hopefully he's got the 2 meter and everything all set up, and he can swing it around. So I'll be interested to hear how that turns out. But yeah, no big deal. Things happen, and if you don't show up, you don't show up. So anyway, but that was it, and our first day of having to sit at the kids' table, as I put it, because we're not going to have the intellectual individual there to carry us there through the high intellectual conversations. Over.
You talking to me, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get any of that, but it took a little bit of fiddling with the receiver. You got the audio chomp on you, and it's just almost impossible. Big, strong signal, and so chopped up I can't get anything. I can't get anything out of it. I heard you say you had a nice conversation with Phil, and then it got so clobbered up I couldn't get the rest of it. So maybe you can give me a quick recap. I've got the noise blanker off now. My noise has gone away for some strange reason, and we're peaked on you. So maybe I get rid of that chop that was in there. KO6KD, Bill, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay. No, everything's fine. We just had a nice conversation, and you sound just fine to me. You're good S9, nice strong signal. So anyway, I was just saying that our first day of not having the intellectual partner who keeps us at the adult table. I always like to say I sit at the kids table whenever I talk. And anyway, I was just making jokes. So no big deal. The conversation was light and airy, and I'd like to hear how Phil's antennas are working now that he's got those done. They should have gotten taken care of today. We won't take up any more than that time, 7-3, and we'll see you later on. KA6MYC in the group, KO6KD, Bozo 776.
Roger, Roger. Larry will be up your way in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, Larry, 2 minutes. We have you checked in. We have you checked in, Larry. Good signal, over. All right, stand by. We'll be there in a minute. Bill, very good. He was banging away while you were talking there, but I got everything. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I don't know what happened this morning. I woke up. I kept waking up, and I was getting ready to get up. I don't know what time it was, but I woke up, and then I fell back to sleep. And I'd sleep, and I'd start to get up again, and I'd just lay down for a second or lay still for a second, and the next thing I know, I was waking up again. I must have fell asleep 15 times. When we finally got up, it was 10 o'clock, over.
Oh, that sounds like a nice morning. That sounds like a nice morning. I wish I could get sleep like that. Okay, 7-3, and I think John's out here somewhere as well. Maybe haven't heard from him, but all right. See you later, 7-3, and good evening to everybody on the net. KO6 84.
Hey, Bill. Let me see if I can get John in here, and then we'll try for Reading. We got you, John. KR6MR. KR6MR 756. Go ahead, John. Good copy. K6MYC.
Correction, 759. Miserable last night on 1296, except for N6RO. He always comes in at S3, but I can never get him to return a call. Go ahead.
Well, he's running 600 watts. He may not have heard you. I heard you one time. I heard your call one time, over.
Yeah, his signal is 10 times anything you have ever sent up here. He is always solid copy. Maybe we can get him to spin his antennas in this direction someday.
Yeah, well, he's just overpowering you. I think you're probably very close to line of sight from Meadow Vista to Oakley. He's in Oakley, not too far from the Delta there. So it's very flat, and he's got a little bit of elevation as well. Anyway, good to hear you, John, and I did get you logged in last night on 1296, but I only heard one call sign one time, over.
Yes, okay. As the hour goes on during the net, I make numerous calls north, south, east, and west, trying to skip up anybody that hears me throughout the hour, and sometimes I actually get a response, over.
I'm sorry, I couldn't copy. I couldn't understand. I heard the words east, west, north, and south, but what was that referred to, over?
Okay, 1296 net last night. I generally call north to see if I can get a hold of Paradise or Grass Valley. I go east for Reno, west for the Bay Area, and south for south, over.
Yep. No, you're just fading right into the noise on me, John. I'm not getting anything. I'm sorry. You just took a big fade right into the noise, and you came up when I heard you say over, over.
Well, that's okay. I'll see you tomorrow night, I hope. KR6MR.
Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow on 432. Maybe it'll be more stable. The band is all over the place tonight, up and down. A lot of QSB, sometimes very rapid. Makes copy even when signals are strong, it makes copy rough. 7-3 for now. Let me try for Reading. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, KD6SW, Reading, Charlie November 80. Reading, Charlie November 80, KD6SW. Rich, are you there, over?
Yes, sir. This is KD6 Shortwave, Reading, number 145. Do you copy, over?
Dimitri, I can tell you're in there. I can tell you're in there, Rich, but no copy. Let me see if I can get. Let's see if I can get Jerry tonight. KO6HS, Kilo Oscar 6, Hotel Sierra, K6MYC. How about it, Jerry? Over.
KO6HS 230, 230. We're out here. We got lots of static, and you just came up from a real bad fade, so Rich may be able to, or you may be able to hear Rich at this point. Over.
Yeah, solid copy. Yeah, Jerry, pleasure to hear you. Quite a surprise, because usually you're down when Rich is down. Let me give your call sign to Judy. It's Kilo Oscar 6, Hot Sugar HS. It's 230. And his name is Jerry. Okay, Jerry, we got you, and good signal for a change, for heaven's sakes. What a swap. You swapped positions with Rich tonight. KO6HS, K6MYC, over.
Roger, yeah, we're always happy to do that. Always glad to outdo the big station in Mountain Gate. So, yeah, we'll take advantage of it here. Just a slight fade there, but it's still coming in very well. So, at least we got a little bit of propagation going on tonight. Over.
Yeah, not bad. From all the way up to Redding there. He's in Redding. That's a long ways from here. So pretty good signals. I'm talking to Judy, who's helping me with the log. I just think you know that, of course, by now, but she's helping me with the log because I can't see to write clearly anymore. Anyway, thank you for the response, and good to hear you checking in, Jerry. For a change, it's good to have you at Q5 here. Hi. Won't keep you. I've got the guys in Nevada waiting. I don't know if we've got anybody else in Sacramento, but we'll pick them up quickly, and then we'll go to Nevada. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. KO6HS and KD6SW, good evening to you, and also Rich, K6MYC.
November Alpha.
Okay, something ending in Alpha. Try it again.
WA6HNA, Whiskey Alpha 6, November Alpha, 1013.
I need a relay. Who can relay?
That was WA6HNA 1013.
Okay, well, I'm not quite pointed at him. That's the problem. WA6HNA, good evening. You need more power up there, Greg, on this band. You know that, of course. Anyway, I'm going to give your call to Judy. Here we go. WA6HNA. He's from Groveland. That's the Groveland contact. Yeah. Okay, that's Greg. And his number is, what's your number, Greg?
1013.
What was it, Rob?
1013.
Okay, yeah. Judy copied and I didn't, so she's doing better than I am with this stupid speaker. Okay, very good. Good to hear you, Greg. Good to hear you. And Judy says hi. Judy, this is the other Judy. Greg. She was married to Dick Collier many years ago. This is the first wife, not the second one down here. She's helping me now. Over.
Roger. Always stay with one name. It's a good plan.
Okay. Anyway, good to hear you, and we certainly will hope for better signals as time goes on there. I know you're going to make improvements to the station. 7-3, my friend. WA6HNA. Anybody else in the Sacramento area or parts in between or beyond? K6MYC. About AJ6 Queen Lima. KE6ILX. N6 KW6T. K6 Whiskey India Sugar is on a trip. He won't be back until next Sunday night. He'll be back Sunday night, Rob, for your information. KW6S. K6 Whiskey India Sugar. Okay, I think we're done. Let's go to Nevada. Here we go, Nevada.
KM6HK.
Oh, okay. Hi, Dan. Dan's in coarse gold. That's why he's loud. KM6HK. Oh, geez, Dan. 803, right?
803.
I did remember. Boy, oh boy, it's getting marginal, and memory is getting thin in that area.
Okay.
Okay, Dan.
All right, well, I'll let you get to Nevada. I know you can always pick up my signal when you're pointed that way.
Well, that's for sure. Yeah, you're good and loud, and Judy's copying you also. Judy's my helper these days. I think you're aware of that. Over.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. I had another radio going. Say again?
Yeah, Judy is my helper. Judy and I have known each other since she was 17. She's 83 now, so we've had this long friendship over the years, and we finally got back together after all these years, and she's down here helping me with my eyesight and many other things. Over.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Boy, I don't think I know anybody I knew when I was 17. That's amazing in itself.
Yes, it is. Well, I was a few years older, I think. I was 4 years older than she was at that time. She was a child bride to a friend of mine. Over.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, I won't probe into that too much. All right, 73.
Okay, thanks, Dan. Great to hear you. All right. Course Gold beat the Bay Area today for check-ins. How about that? All right, let's see. Let me get up to Nevada. I was toward Nevada, so I wasn't quite there, but very close. Okay, let me see once here. Larry? N7WT. We've already got you checked in, Larry, but...
0. 10.9.
Yeah, 10.9. Boy, that went fast. I went past you. Anyway, Larry, if you're there, sorry we missed you last night on 1296. We called, but I never heard you. Were you on? Over?
Oh, K6MYC and 7WT. Negative, I was not on, so you didn't miss me. I just wasn't there. In fact, I didn't get on, what was it the heck that we had? Well, a while back, we had conferences. We had thunderstorms. I couldn't answer all the calls here. Anyway, I just haven't been on for a couple of days. Anyway, I'm here tonight anyway. It's K6MYC with Richard on the side there and 7WT.
Yeah, fine, Larry. Well, good to know that you weren't there. I was hoping that I just didn't miss you, because we gave you, I was there a little bit late. I didn't get there till about 8:10, so I was 2 minutes late after the 8:08 thing that I was shooting for. But we stayed till about 15, 20 after, and then finally, gave up on you. So I assumed you would have come up out of the noise by that time, and I did not hear Daniel either. Let's see if Daniel's in here tonight. KE7UQL. KE7UQL. Daniel, are you there? K6MYC.
Here is 272 KE7UQL, over.
Yeah, there you are. We got you. I've got a little solar noise tonight, so it's come back. It wasn't there earlier, but it's back, so I may have a little trouble copying, but pretty good signal. And again, KE7. Uniform Quebec, London.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his number is 272, and his name is Daniel. Okay, Daniel, good to hear you, and we'll look forward to working you tomorrow night on 432. KE7UQL, K6MYC, over.
Roger, 432 is working, and I've had some high priorities on the string trimmer. Sorry I haven't worked on 1296 yet, over.
Okay, well, I understand. That's probably why we didn't hear you, because you didn't come, you didn't get 1296 working yet. No problem, maybe next week, Larry. But we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. Let's see if Richard's in here. Richard, KD6PQ. We've got you logged in already, but it'd be good to hear your voice. K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6PQ, number 249, up in Washoe Valley, Nevada, over.
Yeah, we got you. We got you logged in. I got your Rogers from way back, really.
Yep, we got you, and we heard your Rogers, too. I was surprised to be hearing you when you were pointed south.
Well, on those peaks, you can hear me sometimes. I was pointed at 150, But, you know, you'll get those propagation peaks where I can hear you and you can hear me. I could hear your CW most always. Sometimes it was unreadable. Some of the other guys were hearing it too. I actually copied you a little bit better. But when I hear any piece of a number, 49 or anything like that, I know who it is. I didn't get the call, but I did hear your number. Anyway, great to hear you. And we'll look for your smashing 5 watts tomorrow on 432. Richard, over.
You're down in the stage right now, Mike. You're down in the stage. AA6F was calling me, and he was loud and clear, but I think I got covered up by locals there, over.
Yeah, well, I've got you, your Q5, once I turned the blanker back on, my little hissing power line noise or solar noise is in there again. And but your Q5 when I have it, have the blanker on. So you're doing pretty well with your smoke there, Richard. Anyway, we won't keep it. We're tired. We're just about done with the net here. We got 1 or 2 more to pick up. Going to go down and see if we can get Porterville. You might swing that way, Rob, if you're ready. And that way we will catch Eddie before he gets away. 73 Richard, 73 Larry, and we'll see you all on 432 tomorrow night. N7WT, KE7UQL, KD6BQ, K6MYC will be clear.
N6RO. 5 at the moment, N7WT.
Roger, good signal now, Larry, and thank you. And I hear you, Ken. We have N6 Radio Oscar.
Yep, 7-3's Mike, 7-3 for Judy as well, KD6BQ.
Yeah, big signal now, Richard. Thank you. Okay, Ken, I got you, but I'm pointed toward the north, but you're very loud. Take a transmission, Ken, while we get Judy gets you logged in here. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, 835. And, oh yeah, you're loud no matter where you're pointed or I'm pointed. I just got access to the rotator, so it's the normal for Wednesday night sprint. A little cooler today, down to 84, but the PG&E noise is still persisting. I wonder if Judy has been able to find my guitar friends and their concert thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's been busy with other stuff today. I had her lined up to do a...
I made notes, and I'll be sure to check it out.
Yeah, she just hadn't had time to look into it yet. Ken, over.
You know, I think the best way to do this is, Judy, send me an email. That way I'll have an email, and I can send you a shortcut to any of the shows. And I'll pick one recently, and that way I can, it'll save you time hunting around.
Okay, she's ready to copy your email address.
Yeah, it's on QRZ, but it is Ken Keeler, one word, KenKeeler at Jazznut, JAZZNUT.com.
Got it. Ken Keeler at jazznut.com. We got it. Thank you, Ken. And she'll probably get the email off sometime later this evening here, if she's got any strength left after.
Probably not.
Yeah, maybe we'll get it off. Anyway, thanks for that, Ken. And yeah, she'll. It was a funny day today. The last couple of days have been kind of odd, and we're trying to clean up a lot of little loose ends and paperwork and stuff like that. And what'd you say was 84 or 94 today up there?
Just 84, and looks like the power line noise is still on, even though it's cooling off a little bit. We may luck out over the weekend when the temperature is never going to get above 80, and that's the trigger point for the hardware leak, some pole somewhere that we know of. We know the pole. We have the pole number, but PG&E is dragging their feet as usual. Anyway, finished assembling the 2M7X today, but I got sidetracked setting up 7 stations for the contest this weekend, and the network and logger and all that stuff. So it was a half productive day in 6RO.
Yeah, well, this 2M7X isn't a killer to assemble. It just takes a little time. You got to measure things a little bit, but basically it's pretty straightforward. Little antenna, real nice little 10 dB antenna, and you'll like it. It'll give you that secondary look. The 2M9 at the elevation, you have it plays like a demon, but sometimes it's nice to have the 2M7 for point to point. All right, very good, and. I guess that's it. Yeah, it was about 90 here today. I think we got to 90. If it wasn't 90, it was pretty darn warm, and it didn't have too much wind. So we were in the high 80s to 90 anyway, and I know that because I was out there weed eating along the road in the sun.
Oh, boy. Well, I admire that endurance you have, because I haven't got it.
Yeah, well, I'm just about done with the one part of the road that's most crucial. And I've got about another 50 feet to go, and I'll have it pretty much wrapped up on the road side. Now I got to do the same thing on the inside. This is property that's shaped very odd. The road is flat, and then, of course, it drops down for 3 or 4 feet at about a 60-degree angle to a barbed wire fence. And the grass and the weeds go up through the barbed wire fence, and I can't reach it. In some places, the road is and the slopes and all is too far from the fence, and I can't quite reach the fence. So I got to get on the low side and reach through the fence with the weed eater through the barbed wire and see if I can get the big stuff knocked down there. I did some tree trimming also. I had a couple of trees that didn't look very good, and I also pruned a big oak, which was getting awful close to the grass, and I got all the limbs and the leaves up so they're 6 feet or so above the grass. So I was happy to get that taken care of. We're gradually fire protecting ourselves here. Over.
Yeah, understand. I've only got 3 trees on the property, 2 pine trees, deodora pines, right near the house on the west side to keep the shade going, and a palm tree 400 feet from the shack that we used to prop an antenna up against. Anyway, the other thing I accomplished today was actually my engineer, chief engineer, made a spreadsheet or a diagram of all the coax, the four coax runs we're going to need to this MA40 tower that's going to house all the UHF. There's about 24 connectors and 3 different kinds of coax, and it's a mess.
Welcome to the club, buddy. I got 9 towers like that.
Yeah, I know. HF is much simpler.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're probably a little more complicated on HF than I am, that's for sure. Anyway, good deal. And you'll get it. I'm sure it'll all fall into place there. Anyway, I won't keep you. I'm getting kind of tired. We had a long day and anxious to get inside. We did have a nice dinner with the boys. My grandson Bo and my son Matt cooked a wonderful dinner tonight, and we were able to sit down at the table at 7 o'clock. So I had from 7 to 7:25 to leisurely eat dinner this time. So it was quite a pleasure, and we had quite a joke session going at the end. It got pretty raw there for a while, man talk, and Judy just had to put up with it, but she was laughing. Isn't the first time she heard a naughty word.
I bet. Well, the family gatherings I get are all on Zoom these days, but there's nothing like in person. You know, once Judy sees 2 or 3 shows of Craig and Meredith, she's going to get addicted, I guarantee. I got addicted 3 years ago, and I've seen 800 of their shows, and there's 950 on YouTube available to look at. So you could spend the next year 8 hours a day watching that stuff. And 6RO, going back in the cool house.
Yeah, well, we may end up playing it in the background here in the bedroom anyway, if nothing else. Sounds good, Ken. Thank you. And we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, even though your signals may be a little bit weaker than tonight. N6 Radio Oscar K6MYC 73.
Yeah, I have to reposition the little elk, and hopefully we can hear you through the power line noise and just small antenna. Anyway, making progress towards bigger and better and higher. N6RO clear. See ya.
Roger 73. Did you get the new driven element yet?
Oh yeah. I don't have access to the 432 until we actually make the transition from the mast that's now anchored to the house and start running the cables out toward the new tower. So yeah, it's good, and Lee, I guess, was real accommodating in putting it in the box of the 2M7. Okay, and assembly 2M7 should be easy. I've done it with a 2M9, 2M9, and it looks like the same thing. Anyway, adios, enjoy your night, and 6RO.
7-3. Okay, Rob, are you here?
Roger.
Want to give Eddie a call?
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KM6SRR with K6MYC, standing by. Eddie, in the big town of Porterville, KE6BK, you on tonight, over? Well, I'm not hearing it, Mike. Maybe we're too early, over.
We're too early. Okay. What did you need, Judy? Larry. What do you need, Larry? N657. Give him one more call, and I think we can call it for the night if he isn't there, over.
KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight for the 2-meter Bozo Net? KM6SRR. I don't know. I'm not hearing it, Mike. How about you?
No, I'm not pointed that way. I'm pointed to the Bay Area. We were light in the Bay Area, so I thought I'd look for light checks and mist. I need light checks and mist in the Bay Area. We're missing quite a few people. Okay, 6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area, over. Nothing heard, so Course Gold kicked their butt tonight.
Yeah, we did, huh?
I think we've got every living soul in Course Gold on here, except for Dr. Dan. Anyway, I think we'll pull her down for the evening. Good evening to you, Aaron. Thanks for your help. Over to you, Aaron, for final comments. I'm beamed to the Bay Area, so I might be down a bit. Over. Maybe Aaron's busy putting the kids to bed.
Is Dr. Dan 803?
I don't think that's Dan. No, that's a different Dan. KM6HK is 803. Dr. Dan is KJ6OJD. Old Jack Daniels or Old Jewish Doctor?
Yeah, that's right, Jack Daniels. Okay.
I think it's KD6, so KD6OJD.
That's correct.
Maybe we can embarrass him and get on here. You know he listens, haha.
We need Dane to send a little stone over his way.
Yeah. I don't know where he lives. He lives somewhere in Course Gold, I think. Okay, well, good night, Rob, and we'll see you. I don't think Judy and I have got a way to get to the flea market yet, so you might keep us in mind. I'm going to try and make arrangements to go in a little bit later. I don't want to get there at 7.
Well, yeah, we start at 8 anyway.
I know what time you start, but I'm barely awake at 8.
Well, that's not 7, that's 8. Yeah, you should be wide awake by 8.
Yeah, I slept till 10 after 10 this morning. Don't give me that.
Well, I know you get up early for 40 meters, so come on.
Yeah, I do, but I have to be primed for that. Today, I just couldn't. I kept falling back to sleep. I got into a comfortable spot in the bed, and everything was just perfect. Temperature was perfect. The covers were perfect. I didn't have any aches or pains, and I just kept going back to sleep.
Well, that's a comfortable way to do it, huh? Sounds good.
Yeah, it was good. That's why I just went with it. When you get a good one, I just went with it.
Righto. All right. Well, we will see you then. So I got to get up bright and early and get more stuff going and whatnot over there. So got my marching orders.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Mike, I'm happy to give you a ride. I would like to get there as soon as they let me in because there's a lot of good stuff. So maybe I'll do that and come back and get you there. Over.
Oh, sure. There's no way I'm going to make you do that.
Well, you don't make me. I just do.
We can get up early if we're forced.
Well, there's going to be a lot of stuff. I didn't want to miss out on something that I didn't know I needed. Over.
Judy's looking at me like, who the hell are you kidding? We're not getting up early. Okay, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll make it. If you could pick us up at 7:20, that would be good.
You mean 10:20?
7:20.
Okay, 10:20 it is.
Okay.
Gonna miss all the good stuff, Rob.
It just depends on where you are. It's 10:20 in Hawaii.
That should give me plenty of time to look at all the good stuff, Ken. Over.
It'll all be gone by 10:20.
No. I'll be back at 10:20.
Not coming up and picking us up at 10:20. That's ridiculous.
What's Frank up to?
Frank's up to his ears. I don't think Frank's going to go. He's got too much work. Anyway, we'll work it out. We'll figure out something. There's probably somebody else coming down that's not trying to get there at the ungodly hour.
Okay, well, Gwen's out here, by the way. Oh, you want to check in? Hang on a second.
Okay. By the way, I got a QSL card from your buddy up in Gold Beach.
Good evening, Mike and the group. This is WA6VZM, number 766.
Okay, good evening, Gwen. WA6 Victor, very jealous mother, VJM. And the number again, 766. Judy got it. Okay, very good. Thank you, Gwen. Good to hear you.
Thank you, Mike. It's WA6VZM, very zealous mother. Thanks. Good night.
A very zealous mother, not jealous. You don't have to be jealous, do you? VZM is what her call sign is. Victor Zulu Mike. Sorry about that, Gwen.
No problem. Thank you. WA6VZM.
Bye-bye now.
Good evening, Gwen. Good to hear you there. WA6VZM, KM6SR.
KN6SR. Hi, Rob. Hope you're doing well up there in the hills. I heard your creature I don't know, critter announcement on Sunday night. You always got something interesting crawling around out there. WA6VZM here.
Yep, that's for sure. Yeah, the wife found a little baby tarantula when she was at the gate, and we've had a couple of rattlers, king snake. We've got some, looks like some hawks hanging out here, giving the small birds a bad time, swooping around. So always something going on. Over.
Yeah, that makes it fun and exciting. Did you say the king snake takes care of the rattlers?
Yeah, they're not bothered by the rattler bite, and generally when there's king snakes around, the rattlers will stay away. So that's a good thing.
Right. Well, it's getting to be past my bedtime. So thanks for coming back there, Rob, and I'll talk, and hopefully we'll see you Saturday. WA6VZM.
Roger, Gwen. Thanks for coming back. WA6VZM, KN6SR. Okay, Mike.
Okay, I'm barefoot and gone. 7-3 all, Aaron, if you're listing 73s. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow night. K6MYC, clear and closing.
Okay, good night, Mike. K6USY, DMO6.
Good night, Aaron.
Good night, Aaron.
Yeah, good night, Ken. And if my wife was still awake, I'd put her on the microphone and she could talk to your wife.
Well, she ain't managed to make it into bed before Gwen. That's good.
Yeah, well, she's got to get up real early and drive down to her school that's like 30 minutes south of Fresno.
Wow, okay. Well, I got an early day tomorrow, too, so lots of things going on. WA6OIB. Good night, all.
Yeah, good night, Ken, and we'll see you bright and early on Saturday, K6USY.
Hey, Mike.